Well, the new Prime Minister has dubbed it the pandemic of inflation. And while figures out today show the rise has stalled, that doesn't make it any less painful. The Consumer Price Index, which measures the cost of living, shows the annual inflation to December was 7.2%. That is the same as the previous quarter. The biggest increase was the cost of housing, with rents up 4.4% and the cost to build a house up 14% in a year. Food is also driving up inflation, specifically meat, vegetables and ready-to-eat food. The tiny bit of good news, the 7.2% figure is a shade lower than the Reserve Bank's prediction of 7.5%. Though, as political reporter Amelia Wade found out, that's no comfort for those doing it tough.
These days, it's pretty tough to keep the fridge stocked.
We've got a bit of fresh fruit this week. The supermarket was having some good sales, so that was nice.
Student Mark Hale Parkinson is having to cut back just to survive.
You go and you're looking at eggs and you're like, oh, cool. Guess we'll just buy a 6-pack of eggs to get us by for the next 2 weeks instead of the normal 18-pack.
And across the road from her, Premier House, the official residence of the person with the power to help.
Today, I think, underline the importance of the commitment that I have made over the last few days to place the cost of living and the economic situation that we face as our number one priority as a government.
I find it incredibly cynical that here we are 6 months, 7 months out from an election and all of a sudden we're miraculously going to focus on the economy. Give me a break.
Those numbers proving the cost of everything is stubbornly, scarily high, still up 7.2%.
People that are have double incomes that should be able to survive and manage a family are not surviving.
The price of food is eating up everyone's incomes. Before inflation started soaring, in January 2020, a dozen eggs cost almost $4.50. Now they're almost $7. A litre of milk has gone up from about $3.60 to $4, and a kg of cheese from $9.70 to $14.40.
We need a little bit more focus on working families.
We're making haste, but I'm not going to be so hasty as to make things up on the fly.
Right now, he is the politician in the country that holds all of the power to deal with circumstances that are materially worse than when he was campaigning on these issues 20 years ago.
Hipkins says help will be on its way in a bit.
I will need to take a little bit of time to work through what our options are before I start speculating on what we may or may not do.
But waiting weeks or months is too long for those families who need help right now. Those families who are expecting something meaningful from the new Prime Minister. Amelia Wade, Newshub.